Our first speaker is Ico Garcia Bautista. We're very lucky to have her working as a nurse here in Raigmore in the emergency department, and she's been there since July 2023. From the 8th of December 2023 to the 17th of January this year, she was in the Gaza Strip, working as a hospital programme manager for the International Committee of the Red Cross in Khan Yunis. She previously lived in Gaza for 1 year between 2016 and 2017. Gaza was her first mission as an emergency department nurse in the humanitarian field, a position that she covered full-time until 2023, mainly in armed conflict contexts. Ico will speak to us about the humanitarian situation in Gaza during her last visit and compare that to her previous visits. Thank you, Ico.
Right, hello everyone. Now, can we put the first slide? Gaza, well, the first one, the previous one? Yeah. So, how can this happen? That's the question that we need to answer, and I'm not able to answer that. This is still happening these days, you know. So this presentation will be about, you know, a little bit about myself. Liz told you, I've been almost 7.5 years working as a humanitarian. I lived in Gaza for 1 year. I was there in February 2023 again, and I visited again in December and January this year. This is not a presentation about a political analyst or a diplomat or anything like that. It's just from a nurse point of view, and I try to give you the human aspect of the situation in Gaza right now. I'm mainly going to talk about Al-Shifa Hospital, the Al-Shifa Hospital that I knew back in 2016, in 2023 in February, and the Al-Shifa now, and then EGH, the European Gaza Hospital in Khan Yunis. Gaza in 2016, it was full of life, very, very loud. You have to see the weddings, like the volume is unthinkable. Full of life, full of culture everywhere. But really overcrowded as the years go by. Remember that since Hamas victory in 2006 and the blockade, they could not go out or into Gaza Strip, so it was becoming quite overcrowded as the years go by. Despite all this lively culture, etc., we cannot forget about the restrictions that they have to face as well. They cannot build enough houses because no cement or no concrete was coming in. The medications that they can have is quite limited as well. The Israelis decide what goes in and what comes out as well. So they have electricity cuts on a daily basis, sometimes 10 hours a day. Very bad quality water. Fishing restrictions that change every now and then, and the fishermen are killed. That was on a daily basis. The land is full of pesticides as well, that the Israelis decide which pesticides to use as well for agriculture, etc. So we cannot forget about all those restrictions and also the fuel restrictions as well. But they always find a way of surviving, and they always find an alternative, a plan B. The resilience of these, the Palestinians in Gaza, it's just really unthinkable, yeah? So now, despite all these restrictions, they were able to thrive in these difficulties. And, you know, they have a solid government. You can agree more or less with the government they had, with Hamas, etc., with the views, with the position they take towards the occupation force. You can agree more or less. That's not the point. The health system was a robust system. The sanitation system was also robust. The school, the education system was also very strong, very solid, with quite renowned universities as well. So it's not a low-income country what we're talking about here, despite all the difficulties that they had to face. The previous one, I just wanted to put this in tribute of all the children that lost their lives, but especially to my friends as well, to, you know, Fatem, Hala, Fayez, Julia, Dia, Noor, Adam. He knows me. Okay, so this is a culture that has got a very strong family sense, and they are very proud of the culture, of their tradition, and they are able to, again, they are able to thrive under all those difficulties, and that was before 2023. So now, Al-Shifa. This is Al-Shifa in February 2023. We just finished a project, the ICRC, the International Committee of the Red Cross. We went to visit the end of the project in the emergency department. Security at the entrance with crowd control, thinking about mass casualty situations, etc. The mass casualty plan they had was spotless. We had nothing else to add. Okay, that's what was Shifa in February 2023. And this is Shifa now. Those are pictures from Mohammed El-Khodari, and that's the emergency department nursing supervisor for 16 years in Al-Shifa Hospital, and he sent me all these pictures. Okay, I have nothing else to add seeing this. And this is EGH, European Gaza Hospital, is one of the two main hospitals in the area of Khan Yunis. Back in 2016, we went for a couple of visits. It was a hospital designed for 350 beds, with an emergency department. On the right-hand side, you had the pediatric emergency department. On the left-hand side, you had the adult emergency department. Wide corridors, well thought about. It was okay, and it was coping with the population that they were covering. It was coping together with Nasser quite well. So then, but this is in This is now in 2024. The European Gaza Hospital, at the time that I was there, had 1,000 patients, all injured since October. No renal patients, no cancer patients. All those patients disappeared. We don't know what was, where were they? We could not cover them. We didn't have any non-communicable disease medication for them. Nothing. Non-communicable diseases were not covered in Gaza at the time that I was there. Together with the 1,000 patients that were injured, you had 10,000 people living inside the compound. So it was more like an IDP, internal displaced camp there. Imagine for a 350-bed hospital, the toilets, the waste management, the wastewater, etc. So you can imagine the disaster. People everywhere, on the stairs, under the stairs, in the lift, people living everywhere, cooking everywhere. So you can see the risks of all of that. And then the European Gaza Hospital received the Israelis issued the evacuation notice on the 1st of July. That was a couple of weeks ago. The scenes, I received some pictures. I've been asked not to put them up, so I'm not going to put them up. This is the report that was published in ICRC social media. And this evacuation notice on the 1st of July, you could see people running away with hospital beds, with patients on top of them. It was a very difficult situation. And then the ICRC subsequently, they left also the emergency, the hospital. The hospital now looks like it's completely empty. It's not as destroyed as Al-Shifa. It's completely empty. The boxes are all on the floor. The medication is broken all over. The ampoules are all on the floor, broken. All the boxes broken. Everything on the beds completely destroyed, etc. That's what you can see. And this is my friend Tagrid. I asked her for a picture to compare. My intention was, her picture was to compare her from before 2023 and after 2023, October. And you can see that she lost a lot of weight, etc. And she sent me this picture. And for her, this is the sign of victory. Okay? For me, it has another meaning, but it's also relevant, So I just wanted to put it, because she hasn't sent it with that meaning, with the meaning that I really have in mind. I just cover her face for identity things. I also asked her if she wanted to send a message to the audience today, that she could have the floor a little bit. So she sent me this voice message that I want to share with you.
Hi there, I am Tagrid Jibril. I am 39, a mother of 4 children. I work as a kindergarten teacher. I miss my work with children. We need to live with the most basic human rights, including our need for healthy meals and pure water for drinking. We also need clothing and safe housing for me and my family. We want to live in security and peace like other countries in the world. I lost my dear brother in this war, and I fear that I will lose another dear member of my family. Unfortunately, the situation in Gaza is getting worse with the closure of the crossing, a lack of clothes and cleaning materials, and a lack of electricity. Therefore, the Gaza Strip has become an unfit place to live in.
She forgot to say thank you at the end, and she told me to please say thank you to them, because I said, you don't have to repeat the message, just saying thank you, I will tell them. So just as my last slide, I've never seen a culture so resilient, so proud, with such a dignity despite everything else. And I think it's their faith, I've never seen such a strong faith. And I wanted to finish with that slide. Thank you so much.